Breathing in, letting go. And see if you can let your body feel heavy drop. Kind of drop down and drop away. Inhale. Exhale. And then start to do a little body scan from the top of the head all the way down to the toes. So kind of noticing and feeling the front body, and notice if there is a place that feels tight, tired, or maybe gripping. And then start to just pay attention to each part of the body as you relax down the front. And then start to really feel into the back body, softening here and relaxing from the back of the head, the skull, down the neck, the shoulders, down the torso, into the hips, down to the feet. And just kind of breathe into this space, see what's here. And whatever you're feeling this morning, see if you can kind of embrace, just be with it. In. Really kind of building the breath a little bit deeper. Breathe down into your belly. Feel the ribs expand to the side and move the breath up into your chest. And then exhale from the chest, down the ribs, into your low belly. Slow, deep breaths here. So inhale the low belly. Move your attention out to the ribs and then up into your chest. And then exhale from the chest to the ribs to the low belly. See if you can direct your attention really into the bones, the heavy, earthy parts of your body. Soften with your bones. And then feel the muscles gliding over your body. Allow your muscles to relax. And then the skin softening off the muscles. Let your jaw relax. And then here, from an intentional place, I invite you to set an intention. Maybe one word you like to focus on today. Maybe what you're trying to cultivate in your life right now. It could be a word like peace, balance, or strength. Or an I am statement like I am steady, I am joyful, I am productive. So just finding a personal intention for you right now. Breathing in and letting go. Take one more deep breath here in our opening pose. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, bring your feet together at the bottom of the mat and stretch your arms up and overhead. So lengthen your body from the top to bottom, reach, stretch. Good. Now walk your feet down to the bottom right-hand corner of the mat and stretch your arms. Kind of shimmy your shoulders to the upper right-hand corner. So you're making a shape like a banana. So this is called Banana Asana. Just feeling stretch along the side body. So if you're looking kind of like a bird's eye view, yeah, just to your side. You can even bring your left foot on top of the right ankle. And think about really pressing down through your left shoulder and your left hip. Keep both of your butt cheeks down on the mat. Good. And breathe into the left side, the left shoulder, the left ribs, the left hip. Good. And just take one more breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then walk yourself back to center. Good. Let your legs go long. Stretch your arms up and over. And just kind of stretch through your right hand and your left. Reach long through your right foot and your left. So getting nice and long. And then walk your feet to the bottom left-hand corner of your mat. Shimmy your shoulders to the upper left-hand corner. And again, maybe you pull your right hand with your left wrist. Maybe you cross your right ankle on top of your left. Just feel that stretch in the right side. So down your side body, in your shoulder, in your hip. Breathing deeply. Let your jaw relax, your forehead, your face. And notice if the mind is really active this morning, jumping around. See if you can keep being very present here. Just take one more breath on this side bend. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then walk your feet back to the bottom. Stretch your arms up and overhead. And so center yourself in the middle of your mat and then bend your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice squeeze here. Place your hands on top of your kneecaps and see if you can straighten your arms to draw your knees away from you. And then bend your knees and pull them in. Okay, so stretch your legs a little away from you, hands on your knees, and then draw it in. Rock a little side to side. You kind of rub your knees, give yourself a little squeeze, a little massage, a little knee rub. Go back and forth. And then we'll rock a little up and down along the spine. So you can bring your hands behind your thighs, and almost like you're giving yourself a little massage. Like real nice. Down the right, down the left, and then see if you can rock yourself all the way up and over to come to a seated position. Okay, good. So sitting nice and tall. Put your hands on your knees. This is called Sukhasana, easy pose. And remember, you can always stretch your legs straight if that feels better, whatever position feels good for you. Good, so take a deep breath in and squeeze your shoulders up. And then circle your shoulders around, back and down. Good, a couple gentle shoulder rolls up, around, back and down. Good, up, around, back and down. And then shake your shoulders a little at the bottom as you sit really tall. You can let your hands kind of rest palms down for more grounding. And just close your eyes. See if you can stretch yourself really tall here. Just feel into the body. So at this point in the semester, maybe some of these postures are starting to feel a little familiar, more comfortable, maybe getting into a flow state. And then you can open your eyes and let your hands come down by your sides. Good, inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and up. And then exhale, float your arms out and down. So connecting the breath and the movement. Inhale, arms stretch out and up. And exhale, arms stretch out and down. Nice. One more time. Inhale, stretch out. Good. And exhale, take an easy twist to the right. Bring one hand behind your back and one hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lift tall through your spine. Good. And then exhale, twist. Look behind you. Good. One more breath here. Lift tall. Good. Twist back. Good. Then turn to face forward. Bring your right hand down. Stretch your left arm up and over. Good. And notice if you're kind of like dropping. See if you can press the floor away. Really feel that side bend. Maybe your top shoulder pulls back. If you can see yourself in the mirror, sometimes it's nice to use the mirror for alignment cues. Good. Maybe you circle your top wrist around. Good, now turn towards your right knee and fold over your legs. You can be on fingertips here. You might feel good to kind of roll your spine up and then drop your spine down, straighten and bend. So kind of do some spinal rolls if that works. If not, you can just kind of stay or fold. Good, then stretch your arms a little farther forward and walk your hands out in front of you to fold over your legs. Maybe rock again, a little side to side. Feel stretch in your hips, breathe. And maybe let your head drop. Good, now slowly walk your hands back in as you rise back to seated. Circle your shoulders up, back, and round. Good, look at your legs. Bring your hands behind you. Uncross recross your legs, place your feet down, and just gently sway your knees a little side to side, back and forth. Good. And then recross your legs, see if you can bring the opposite leg in front. You kind of try both and notice which one feels a little bit different. Good. Arms down by your sides. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. And exhale, a little twist over to the left. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, gently twist the spine so you can gaze to the back of the room. Again, breathe in. Twist. Good. And then come to face forward. Left hand down by your hip. Arm goes up and over side bend. So maybe you're going to pull your top shoulder back. Maybe roll your top wrist a little. You may kind of look down. And then turn towards your left knee and walk yourself forward to the side as you fold. And you can kind of stay there or walk your hands in, kind of lift your spine and lower a couple times. It's like a little massage, move up and down, or just stay. And then lift your gaze, come onto the fingertips, walk it to center. If you can fold, maybe wiggle a little. And then walk your hands in, lift your chest up. Again, circle, shoulders up, back, and down. Good, now from here, take a deep breath in, squeeze your shoulders up, drop your shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulders up, drop your shoulders down. One more time, squeeze your shoulders up. And then a big sigh as you drop your shoulders down. Good, shake your shoulders a little bit. Good. From here, let's do a little bit of like neck stuff. Since a lot of us are like on computers and sitting all day. So interlace your fingers and bring your hands behind your head. Kind of draw your elbows into your sides or open, and then see if you can press your head back into your hands. And you would drop your head back. Good. Come to center. Now let your chin drop into your chest and use your hands to kind of pull your head. So again, another little stretch there for the back. Good, and lift your gaze, lift your chest, pull back. Maybe open your throat and drop back. Good, come center and then let your chin drop into your chest, stretch the back. Good, lift your gaze and then release your hands. Good, turn your head over your right shoulder. So just look right, just twisting your neck. And then see if you can gaze to the back of the room, kind of stretching your eyeballs a little bit. Good, and then slowly come to center, and then very slow, intentionally turn towards the left, just twisting your neck so you can keep your torso still facing forward. Good, and then slowly come to center, and then one more time, gaze over your right shoulder, and then just nod your head yes a little bit, or yeah, yes. Good, still come to center, and then look left, and just nod your head. Turn the face forward. Let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. Good. Keep your shoulders dropping down and feel stretch to the side of the neck there. You guys feel that? And you can option to stretch your right arm to the side. Ooh, and then that might make it a little more interesting. Good. Really drop your, lift your head up a little more, Logan. Let your shoulders drop down. Good. And then maybe kind of bring your palm up and down. Play with that stretch. Lower your hand, lift your head, and then other direction. Right ear towards your right shoulder, and you can kind of feel maybe the muscles in the front of the neck there. Maybe walk your left hand to the side. Go palm up, palm down. Good. And then come back to center. And just one more time, go left ear to left shoulder. An option, if you want, you can bring your left hand up and over, kind of pull your ear down towards the shoulder. Good. So feel that stretch, kind of giving yourself a little assist. Good. Back up to center. Pause in the middle, and then opposite ear down. Lift tall through your spine. Maybe the opposite ear reaches up and over. You can grab your ear. Keep your gaze forward. Keep your chest lifting. Come back up. And then last thing here, just let your chin drop to your chest and roll your head to the right. And roll your head to the left. So little neck rolls, little kind of half pendulum swings. And if it would feel good, it might feel good to circle all the way around, back and down. So you can do full neck rolls if that would feel good, or just a little half side to side. And switch and go the other direction. And come back up to center, sitting tall. Swing your legs around behind you and make your way onto all fours, tabletop position. Good. So spreading your fingers wide, wrists under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then see if you can kind of tone here, pull your front body to your back. So notice that there's a natural kind of slouch and see if you can really make a nice flat back. Good, and then tucking your toes, arch your spine, gaze forward or up, and cow pose. Nice, and then point your toes and round your spine for cat, chin to chest, really round, 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 puff your shoulders up. Good, and then again, tuck your toes, arch your spine, shift a little forward or up, look up. Good, point your toes, round your spine, cat. Good, last round, cat-cow here, shrug your shoulders down and then back, shift forward, arch. Go, point your toes, round your spine, cat. Come to neutral, and then sit your hips back to your heels, child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Stretch your arms forward, and maybe even you let your forehead touch the mat if it'll go. And if your forehead is on the mat, you can wiggle a little temple to temple, giving your forehead a little massage. And just always know that if you're not feeling well, whatever's going on in your body, in your life, if you want to rest in child's pose, you can do that, lying on your back in Shavasana. Just whatever you do, see if you can do it to your best ability, staying present, focused here. Good, now see if you can stretch your arms a little farther forward, stretch your hips back a little more, and then lift your gaze, lift onto your fingertips, walk your upper body over to the right. Good, maybe chest over your thigh, maybe feel a stretch to your left side there. And then lift your gaze, come onto your fingertips, walk your way to center, and over to the left. Maybe feel a stretch to the right side. And lift your gaze up on fingertips and through to center. Good, rise up to all fours, tabletop position. Good, so from here, bring your knees together. Good, stretch your right leg back. Good, see if you can balance, extend that leg back. Good, and then see if you can kind of keep your hips dropping. Good, squared. And then option to stretch your left arm forward. Reach forward and back. Nice balance, lift, lift, lift. And use your core. Good, and then lower down. All fours, rock your hips side to side. And now stretch your left leg back. Hold it there, really stomp your footprint on the wall. And notice if that leg, that hip kind of lifts. See if you can square your hips. So the top, the front of that hip bone is facing forward. Really flex your foot. Good, and then see if you can stretch your opposite arm forward. So right arm, left leg, reach, lengthen. Good, lower back, all fours. And now just move your hips from side to side. Back and forth. Good. Again, bringing your knees together, stretch your right leg back. You stomp your foot. Good, and then see if you can balance and reach your left arm forward. So bilateral movement, using both sides of our body, helping to connect kind of both sides of our brain. Now see if you can round and curl, bring your knee and elbow into center. Good, stretch and reach it forward and back. 2 more times, elbow, knee, squeeze in. Reach forward and back. 1 more time, elbow, knee, squeeze in. Good, you guys, reach it forward and back. Now put your left hand down. Spin your left foot behind your left knee and right leg to the back of the mat, so side plank. So you're facing the chalkboard wall. Good. Let that right arm stretch up high. Maybe you roll your wrist. Maybe you stretch it up and over. Good. Now see if you can use the strength of your hips to bring your right leg up to a hover. Float it. Yeah, awesome. Hold it, hold it, hold it there. Good. Put your right foot down and then rise up for gate pose. So you're balancing on your left knee, your right foot, arms are stretching out. Maybe you roll your wrist around a little bit more. Good. Now see if you can bring your right hand down your right leg, left arm up and over.
And then rise back up, arms stretch out. Good, cartwheel your hands down to the top of the mat. Lower your right knee next to your left, table pose, rock your hips. Good, now we'll find a modified plank, so stretch your knees back, bring your hands forward, and kind of drop your hips, so you're in a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Good, fingers spreading wide. Does that make sense, this pose? So notice if your hips are dropping, see if you can kind of lift them, gaze forward. Now bend your elbows to your sides, yogi push-up. Good, straighten your arms. So think like a tricep push-up, we'll look forward, bend. Good, straighten, little creaky elbows, anyone else? Little bend, good, and then lower all the way to your belly. Stretch your legs back behind you as if someone are pulling on your ankles. Good, hands are kind of down by your ribs. And then inhale, lift up for a little cobra. Hands float by your side. So think kind of like strengthening your back. Good, lower. And then again, lift your chest, maybe lift your hands. Maybe lift your legs too. Good, breathe. And then lower. Good, hands come down. Now this time we'll lift a little bit higher. Rise up, lift your chest. Keep a little bend of the elbows. So a lot of us kind of hyperextend. It's pretty common. So let your elbows bend, drop your shoulders down. See if you can look left, look right, look forward, come all the way down. Tuck your toes, press into your hands, and see if you can reverse and come back into tabletop position. All four, shake it out. Good, and then again, tucking your toes, arch your spine, cow pose, gentle stretch here. Good, point your toes round, cat. Is anyone, and then come back to neutral, like anatomy and physiology, like into like body movement stuff? You can sit your hips back. Anyone like what's that major? I don't know, biology or like health and
Human.
Yeah. Anyway, so I only asked because my question is, does anyone know like all the directions the spine moves? Kind of random. So anyone on Zoom? You guys know all the directions the spine moves? So when you kind of go like this, that cow position, does anyone know what that's called? It's called flexion, right? So opening. And then when you round your spine, extension. So round, round, round. So you can kind of do this from seated. So open and close. And so to my knowledge, the spine moves in 6 directions. So right, like forward and back, up and down, back bend, round, twist side to side, and then lateral. So forward and back, twisting side to side, and then anyway, and then another thing I just learned was like axial extension, like lengthening tall, which is really important because like if you think of an old lady, if you're like playing charades and you're like, oh, this is an old lady, it's like this, right, hunched over. So, and by sitting, like we're just kind of compressing our spine. So thinking about really lengthening is so good. Like, has anyone ever seen an inversion table? You guys know what that is? Or like hanging from a pull-up bar? That's like really good for the length of your spine. So as a yoga teacher, I always try to like design classes that we're moving our spines in all of those directions, since it's like the long central part of our body. Really important to have a healthy spine. So back to tabletop position on all fours. Stretch your left leg back this time. And your right arm forward. Good, really lengthen, pull your front body in. Good, and then from here, see if you can round and curl over your elbow into the center. Good, stretch it forward and back. Inhale, elbow and knee round and curl. Stretch forward and back. One more time, elbow, knee squeeze. Reach forward and back. Good, press your right hand down. Spin your right foot behind your right knee and step your left leg to the back of the mat. So you're facing the concrete wall this way. Good, reach your left arm up. Maybe you stretch it overhead. You can roll out your wrist. You can be on right fingertips or fist. Good, now here, option, bring your left hand onto your hip. See if you can flex your left foot and bring your left leg up to about hip height. Hold there, balance. Nice, put it down. Come back to tabletop position, all fours. Good, now from here, walk your knees back once again. Glide your hips towards your heels with your toes tucked. We're gonna come into Asana 8 pointed pose. So you're gonna slide your chest forward and have your hips lifting. So knees, chest, and chin. Knees down, chest, chin, hips are high. Yeah, like butt in the air. I know it's kind of awkward, right? And then slither your body to the mat. Point your toes, rise up. Cobra. Good, back to tabletop position. Stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then just start to make some circles with that arm. Yeah, opening up your shoulder, and then circle the other way. Deja, are you there? It's very dark. Good. Hold the arm straight up. And then, okay, you're there. Weave that right arm underneath your left. Thread the needle pose. So you can let your right ear rest. Left hand in front of your face. Stretch forward or reach it around back behind you. Kind of tucking inside your right hip. Option here to stretch your left leg straight. Maybe toes tucked. You can cover it. You can even bring your right heel in towards your seat. Yeah, awesome. Good, Allie. One more breath. And then left hand by your face. Stretch your right arm back up. Open and give it a little shake, 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 shake. Good. All fours, table pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Stretch your left arm up towards the sky. And then just circle. Good. Nice big circles. Opening up your shoulder. Good. Circle the other way, up, back, and around. Good. Now hold that left arm straight up. Weave the left arm underneath the right. Left ear down. Go right hand by your face. Stretch it forward. Maybe reach it behind your back. Tuck inside your left hip. Good. And then option to maybe stretch your right leg back with your toes tucked. Maybe you can hover it nice, Elizabeth. Maybe you can bring your left heel toward your seat. Balance. Good. Nice. Awesome balance, you guys. And then lower. Bring both knees down. Right hand by your face again. Stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling. Give it a shake, shake, shake. Good. Lower all fours. Now, before we come into our first downward dog, I'm just going to do like a little bit of a breakdown, almost like a tutorial. So look at your hands, spread your fingers wide, and imagine you're pressing your hands into like wet cement to like press your palm print down. First finger forward and really press into that first finger and thumb knuckle. Good. Stretch your arms forward. Now tuck your toes and actually just watch me first. So we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Keep your heels high. Keep your heels lifted. And think about pressing your chest towards your thighs. So this is a good place to be. Knees bent, heels up. Some of you might be able to work to straighten your heels down towards the floor. That's not important, but it might feel like a good stretch. And then instead of a common like misalignment is kind of like sagging, see if you can keep your arms really active, pressing away. Now another way to do this, if this is uncomfortable, is to walk your feet wider toward the edges of the mat and walk your hands back. So then there's like not as much pressure in your hands and it might not be as intense in the legs. So that's called like downward facing bulldog. So it's like a shorter dog. So that might be good for you guys. So everyone, when you're ready, lift your hips up and back to downward dog. Good, spread your fingers wide, keep your knees bent, bend your knees. Bend your knees and think about lifting your hips high, up, 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 and then pressing your hips back. Good. How's that feeling? Meh. All right, so spreading your fingers, come up onto your tippy toes and round forward into a high plank pose. Shoulders over your wrist, drop back through your heels, and we're just gonna hold this for about a minute. Just kidding, that was a joke. Good, so just a couple breaths here. Really feel the strength of your core. Imagine my hand was between your shoulder blades. Can you round your shoulders? Kind of press up. Good, hold one more breath, you're so strong. Good, and then lift your hips up and back, downward dog. Good, and then again, high up onto your tippy toes, round forward to a high plank pose. Good, now see if you can do little shoulder taps here, opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Find your balance, you got this. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder taps. Good, hold your plank. Now from here, chaturanga, yogi push-up. Bend your elbows to your sides as you lower to the floor. Always option to have your knees down. Good, upward dog or cobra. Good, back to downward facing dog. Good, walk your hands back to your feet. Come to the back of the mat in a forward fold. So let everything hang here heavy. Shake out your head. Shake your arms a little side to side. Walk your hands to the outside of the right foot. Nice. And then come to center. Walk your hands to the outside of the left foot. Good, come to center, bend your knees, round your spine as you roll up to stand. Show your shoulders up, back and around, up, back and around. Good, and then facing forward, feet are about hip width distance apart. Lift and spread your toes. And I think you guys are gonna notice balancing is a lot easier than on the football field where it's softer. Good, lower your toes. Now see if you can lift your heels, come to balance on your tiptoes. And then lower. Again, lift and spread your toes. You bring your hands out in front of you and imagine your toes are spreading as wide as your fingers. Good, lower, and then lift your heels. See if you can balance, maybe a little bend of your knees. Good, lower your heels. Good, bring your knees together. Bring your hands onto your knees and circle. Deja, you could bring a little more light onto your camera so I could see you a little more, that'd be helpful. Good, and then circle the other way. And then come to stand, step your feet a little bit wider and circle through your hips. Hands on your hips, you can bring your arms by your side. You can just like imagine you're hula hooping or inside a, yeah, hula hooping. Inside a hula hoop. I think there are some in there actually. Good. And then circle the other way. Good, so opening up through your hips, nice. Good, and then coming back to stand evenly with your feet together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good, take your right hand to your left wrist and then stretch up and over to the right. Good, come back to center, switch, left hand, right wrist, reach up tall and over to the left. Good, back to center, bend your elbows to like a cactus position. Maybe open your chest, a little back bend. Good, then come to center and forward fold. Good, from here, look forward, walk your hands forward, step your right foot between your hands and lift your left leg up. Good, and then walk your hands forward, step your left foot down and reach your right leg up. Maybe hold it there. Good, step your right foot forward, left leg goes up one more time. Good, and then fold, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Now step your left leg back and drop your left knee down. Good, walk your hands on top of your front thigh as you lift up. So low lunge. Good, now see if you can kind of shift a little back and shift forward with your hands on your front leg. Oh, there's a cat in someone's video, not here. That would be hilarious and weird. Good. Good, and then kind of bend into that front knee. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide, and then see if you can twist with your arms out like that. Good, now see if you can almost do a little crunch. Bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Good, rise back up. Keeping your twist towards the chalkboard wall, reach your arms out to a T. Maybe your right hand goes down your back leg. Nice. Good, open your arms back up. Bring your hands down to frame the foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your back knee up. Place your hands down and step your right leg to down dog. Now you can hold your downward dog. Remember, you can bring feet wide and hands back a little closer, take some pressure out of it. Or you can take a vinyasa, which means shifting forward, bend your elbows to your sides, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, downward dog. Nice, walk your feet forward to the top of the mat, fold. Good, bend your knees, sway. Good, now rounding your spine, rise up. Shoulders shrug up, around, back and down. Good, shake out your hands a little bit. Good, feet come together. Good, inhale, reach your arms up. And then bend your knees, exhale, fold forward. Lengthen your spine, look up. Good, now step your right leg back. Drop your back knee down. Good, and then walk your hands on top of your front thigh. Good, really bend into your front knee, maybe press your hands onto that leg. Good. And then straighten and shift back a little bit. Good. Bend into your front knee, shift forward. Good. Straighten as you shift back. And then one more time, shift forward. Good. Shift back. Good. Shift forward. Hold it. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide, and twist to the left. So you guys are twisting towards the concrete wall. Nice. Good. And then maybe add right elbow towards your left knee. Good. Lift your chest. Good. And then open your arms out. Maybe left hand goes down the back leg, right arm up and over. Good. Open your arms out. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Fingertips or palms, tuck your right toes. And then step your left leg back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Spin your back heel down at an angle. Good, and then rise up. This is called Warrior One. Nice. So look at where your front knee is. See if you can really bend it. And then everyone bring your hands onto your hips. Think about spinning your hips forward. Yeah, so if it feels really tight, walk your feet wider to the edges of the mat. Maybe shorten your stance, bring your feet closer together. But bring your hands onto your ribs. Think about spinning your ribs forward. There you go. Nice, and then stretch your arms up. And for you guys here, it might be nice to kind of use the mirror to notice your alignment. Good, so Warrior One. Good, now turn to the side of the mat and open out for Warrior Two. Yeah, nice deep bend of the front knee. Good, gaze forward. See if you can drop your shoulders down and back. Good. And then straighten your arms and legs, rise up. Exhale, bend and lower. One more time. Inhale, arms, legs straighten. Exhale, lower. Good. Now you can hold Warrior Two, or a little challenge, come forward, Warrior Three. So you think chest down, leg up, just balance on that right leg. Yeah, nice. Then bring your hands down. Everyone step back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now from here, step your left foot forward between your hands. Good. Spin your back heel down. Good. Rise up, Warrior One. Arms stretch up high. Really press into the pinky edge side of that back foot. Good. Bring your hands onto your hips. And there might be a tendency to kind of move to the side, so you can turn your hips forward. Good. Look at where your feet are on your mat. And then bring your hands onto your ribs. Spin your ribs forward. Yeah, there you go. And reach your arms up. Palms can touch, your hands can look apart. Beautiful. Open to the side of the mat. Warrior Two. Nice deep bend of the front knee, shoulders over your hips. And then see if you can kind of draw your inner thigh open. So, kind of, Jay, look at your knee. So see if you can kind of open it a little bit. There you go. Good. Sit a little bit lower. Now inhale, straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach your arms and legs, or arms up. Legs straighten, lower down. Hold your Warrior Two, or option to shift forward and fly. Balance on just the left leg. Right leg lifts, arms stretch forward. Yeah, awesome. Hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, big exhale. Now bend your knees and walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Come to a forward fold. Good, bend your knees, sway. Good, now heel toe your feet open for Malasana squat. Good, come into a low yogi squat so you can keep your heels down. Heels lifted is also totally fine. You can hands to the butt. Bring your knees a little bit more. Your feet a little bit more. Excellent option. You're gonna open your arms forward, around. You bring one arm down, one arm up. You find a bind. So touch your hands behind your back or not. Good. Other side. Hands behind you. Good. Good. See if you can drop your heels a little bit more. Stretch your arms forward. Good. Hands to the mat, straighten your legs forward. Bend your knees and round your spine. Stand all the way up. Circle your shoulders up around that. Good. Shake it out a little bit. And then evenly grounding into your feet. Rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, your eyes closed. See if you can almost feel a little bit of a heartbeat. Feel your breath move down into your low belly. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more. Good. And then lower your arms down. Let your arms kind of sway to your side. Little twist here. Good. And we'll just move into a couple more balance poses. So shift your weight to the left foot. Bring your right foot into tree. So ankle, calf, or thigh. Hands at the heart. Yeah, awesome. And then really press your foot into your leg into your foot, hands to the heart. Good, stretch your arms up. Maybe stretch your arms out. Maybe lean back a little or sway your little branches. It's getting easier. Maybe, not really, no, still hard. Does it feel easier here than on the turf, right? Reach your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. See if you can bring that leg forward. Maybe stretch it out, lift it high. Good, and then let it sway back behind you. Let your arms sway. So a little swing for that leg. Here you go. Thanks, everybody. Good, and then let your right foot come down next to your left. Mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. Notice if the right side feels different than the left. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your weight to the right. Left foot comes up. You can go ankle, calf, or thigh. So for some reason it feels kind of natural to come to the knee because it's kind of halfway up the leg. But see if you can go above or below. So we're not like putting pressure on that knee joint. And maybe that's fine too. It's not gonna like ruin your knees forever if you're doing tree on your knee. Good, now we can kind of be casual about it or just like really press and engage. Good, so press your foot into your leg into your foot. So you can kind of draw it out. Nice, everybody. Hands to the heart, stay here. Lift your arms, grow your tree. Your arms stretch out. You can hold your wrists a little bit. You can lean back, circle your arms. Dance it out. Feel the music. Yeah, it is a dance studio after all. Good, now bring your hands back to your heart. Turn that leg forward. Maybe stretch it straight. Good, and then swing it out. Arm sway, leg swings. Good. Good, bring your left foot back down. Just kind of bob your heels a little. You can kind of shake it out a little, hop around, just kind of bob your heels. Good, shake out your arms, shake everything out a little bit. And then feet come together. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good, stretch your arms out to a T. Bring your right elbow underneath your left, and then hands on opposite shoulders. Good, so first position, you can stay here, and then option to go further if you want. You can kind of double wrap your forearms and your wrists for eagle. Yeah, or not, good. And then maybe you kind of lift your elbows and lower. Hold it center, and then lift your right leg up. So you can cross your right leg over your left. So you can kind of stay wide or go in on top of me, maybe double hook your right toes behind your left calf. Sit low. Line elbows, knees together. Good. Curl. Nice. And lift your chest. Lift your leg, uncross it, put it down, and open your arms back. Good. And now cross your left elbow underneath your right. Hands on opposite shoulders. Good. And then stay there. Double wrap. Forearm to forearm, hand to hand. Maybe elbows lift and lower. Bend your knees, sit low. Lift your left leg up. Cross it over your right. Maybe hook your left toes behind your right calf. Drop down, stretch up, balance, focus. Round and curl. Elbows knee, awesome. Lift back up. And cross your leg. And cross your arms, stretch the leg. And lower down. Good. Walk to the very top of your mat. And then step your right leg out to the side. And turn to face the side of your mat. So go toes in, heels out. Arms stretch out wide. Maybe lift your chest. Good. And then fold forward, bring your hands down underneath your head. Walk your hands back between your legs. Maybe the fingers face behind you. Nice deep fold. Yeah, maybe grab opposite ankles. Breathe. Good, now look forward. Lengthen your spine, maybe hands underneath your chest. From here, can you bend into your left knee and straighten your right leg out? So this is called Asana. A little kind of side lunge. You might feel like a really deep stretch in your right hamstring. Good, yeah, and then shift back to center. Falling definitely happens. So this takes a lot of strength, flexibility, coordination. See if you can maybe drop that right heel, maybe shift a little forward and back. Breathe deep. Good, and then shift to center. Toes and heels out. Again, walk your hands through, fold. Then lengthen your spine, gaze forward. Bring your hands onto your hips and rise to stand. Good, now walk your feet in a little bit closer. Bring your heels in, point your toes out, bend your knees and squat down for goddess pose. Hands on top of the thighs. Maybe you shift a little forward and back here. Sit low. Good, now lift your chest, lift your arms, palms up. Just kind of draws back, breathe. Move a little side to side. Good, sit a little bit lower. Good, straighten your legs and lower your arms. So, lift your back foot up and then step to the top of the mat, hands to heart, mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower your arms down. Inhale, stretch them out and up. Exhale, forward fold, lower down. Lengthen your spine as you look forward. Now point your hands down and step your feet back to plank pose. Drop to your knees and lower down, chaturanga. Good, up dog or cobra. Good, and then bring your hips back to your heels. Sit back on your feet. Good, so feet together, knees open. Bring your right hand behind you. See if you can stretch your left arm up and then press your hips forward, your chest forward. Nice, and then lower your hips and switch left hand down. Right arm reaches, press hips forward, chest forward. Lower down. Come to all fours, stable. Good, stretch your right leg back. Step it forward between your hands. Good, and then straighten your front leg. And you'll hold it here. Think right heel towards your left knee, chest over your thigh. Maybe turn your toes out and in, flex and point. If you feel like going deeper, you can come into a full split. Right leg forward, left leg back, kind of play with that if you want. Maybe that's terrifying. You're like, I don't want to pull something. Good, now shift forward, bend into your front knee. Move your right foot to the right side of the mat, bring your hands down for a low lizard lunge. Good, maybe you can even come to your forearms. Maybe shift a little side to side here. How does your hip feel? You guys feeling on the right leg? Yeah. And if your knee is feeling sensitive, you could always lift your back knee up. A little blanket under there or something. Maybe move side to side. Good. Now if you have forearms down, straighten your arms. From here, lift up, walk your right foot to the left side of the mat. Good. See if you can bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Slide your left leg back for pigeon pose. Good. Walk your hands in, lift your chest up, and then fold. If this doesn't work, come onto your back. If that doesn't feel good in your knee, and just cross your right ankle over your left thigh, hands behind your left leg. Similar stretch there. Good. So you can soften your forehead, all the muscles in your face. Maybe shift a little side to side here. One more deep breath. Walk your hands in, lift your chest up. Good, now from here, roll to your right hip and swing your left leg around in front of you. So the sole of the right foot comes inside the left leg. Tall. And then see if you can fold over that left leg. Maybe let your head drop. You can move your spine up and down or reach for your toes. Maybe try and bring your head towards your shin, your ankle. Or not. You're doing awesome. Good. And then rise back up. Push your shoulders up, back, and around. Shake it out. Good. Stretch that leg forward. And just give it a little shake. So the nice thing about doing anything on a regular basis, whether it's yoga, running, baseball, whatever you like to do, is we get to see how our body differs day to day, even season to season. So if we have like a really heavy meal last night, and then we like go on a run the next morning, it's like, oh, this is brutal. Or, you know, if we're like constipated or we're feeling like opposite of constipated. So all of these like body things affect how we move, right? It's not obvious, but you might not think about it. Another thing is like stress or relationships, whatever's going on and how that's showing up in the body. So just kind of noticing and accepting whatever is in your body at any given time. So shake out your legs a little bit more, shake, shake, shake. Bring your hands behind you, palms down. Now, first option, point your toes and lift for reverse plank. You can also bend your knees, place your feet down, reverse table. Good, lower your hips down, swing your legs around behind you, and press back to child's pose. So feet together and knees together, bring your hands long, your arms long by your side. So maybe the hands kind of grab you to your heels, you have forehead to the floor. And breathe. Notice and soften. Inhale. Exhale. And just feel maybe the difference between sides. And then as you're ready, stretch your arms forward and rise back to tabletop position on all fours. Move your hips side to side. Good. Stretch your left leg back behind you. And step it forward between your hands. You can bring your hand onto your leg to get it there. And kind of shimmy your hips forward. And slide your front leg forward and your back leg back. Good. Now straighten your leg and shift it back. Did we move forward and back, or did we just go straight into the hole on the other side? All right. Let's just move a little forward and back. And then we'll hold. I don't know if we did this on the other side or not, but all right. Good. And then keep that front leg straight and come fold into a little runner stretch. Half split. You can turn your toes out. You can point. Put your foot down. Flex your foot back. Maybe you slide your leg forward, down your leg back. Split.
Person stuck.
You doing okay over there? Did you try to do a full split?
Yeah.
It's really funny. Good, and then shifting forward, then into your front knee, walk your left foot to the left side, bring your hands inside the leg. Good. It's a low lunge, and you can kind of shift a little side to side. Maybe bring your forearms or elbows down if you can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 14. So there are 4 people missing. So those people are going to have to watch this recording. And when they do, I'm going to tell them this word so that they know that I know that they watched it. So the secret word is lions, for Mars Hill Lions. So students, the 4 of you who are not here, email me the word lions, and then I'll know that you did class. And if you don't, you get an absent. I mean, or you have an absent right now. Anyway, it's not applicable to you guys, so good job, you guys. Very relaxing this pose, right? Okay. Now walk your hands back up, straighten your arms, and then move your left foot over the right side of the mat. The left knee behind your left wrist, so pigeon pose. You can bring that left foot, that heel kind of into the right thigh, into almost that hip flexor. Good, and then come down into pigeon. Elbows are forward, really let your head drop. You could also swing your legs around and come onto your back, cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Bring your hands behind your leg. So feel that nice stretch in your hips. Breathing deeply.
I'm really bad at this.
Okay, why don't you come onto your back? So circle around onto your back. And then cross your left ankle over your right thigh like this. So lie on your back, and then bring your hand back behind your right leg like that.
I like that way. What thing?
How does that feel?
It feels way better. I had I blew out my left knee, but yes,
So
I can't
that's
do
not a good
my left
one
knee.
for
It
you.
hurts a lot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and if you're ever in pain, I've said this before, you have knee issues, this is a really tricky one for your knee, so you can always ask, say like, how do I do this where it doesn't make my knee hurt, or, you know, find a different way. Is your knee hurt? Opposite of yoga. It's not no pain, no gain, it's no pain, no injury. We don't want to feel pain. Maybe soreness in a good way, but not like, I don't know, that's kind of like the opposite mindset. Yeah, I said that when I wrote about my talking. So when you're ready, walk your hands in with your chest up. And we'll all meet in seated, so you can rock up to seated. And then swing your right leg around in front of you. Bring the sole of left foot inside the right leg. You're gonna lift up tall, and then fold down over that leg. You get your chin, drop down to your chin. If you're reaching towards your toes, pulling your toes back. You're petting your cat. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly rise back up. Bring your shoulders up, back, and around. Good. Bring your left knee into your chest and then stretch it straight. Good, and shake out your legs. Shake, 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 shake. Good, you have one, flex your feet, give them a little shake, shake, and a wiggle. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees drop open for butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. You can place your fingers between your toes and bring your hands behind your hips. Good, lift tall through your spine. And then bring one hand on top of your thigh. Think about kind of drawing your leg down. Good, and then switch. Yeah, like giving yourself a little extra stretch there. And then sit up tall, coming center. Good, and then fold, lower down. Again, just gonna breathe into your groin, into your pelvis, your inner thighs. Noticing where that stretches. One more deep breath here. And then slowly rise back up. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, circle them around, back and down. Good, bring your hands to the outsides of the legs. Bring your knees together, lean back a little, and then see if you can lift your legs up and your arms up. Good, a little core work. Good, maybe stretch one leg to a hover. Bring in another leg. Lift back up. And now slowly come down and see if you can reach your arms up and over, stretch your legs low, forward dog. Good, and then lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Rock side to side. Good, hug in and release away. Maybe circle. Good, draw your knees in, squeeze. Maybe wrap your arms around your shins, lift up a little higher. Good, release and then drop your knees down to the right. Open your arms out to a T, gaze to the left, or spinal twist. Let your breath be really deep, going down to the low belly. Maybe feel a stretch along the front of the left chest and shoulder. And then come back to center, knees hug in, give them a nice squeeze, maybe rock side to side. And then drop your knees down to the left. Open your arms out to a T, gazing right. And kind of feel that stretch again in your shoulder and your chest. Twist through your spine. Let your face relax. Breathe deep.
And slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Lift your shoulders up. Squeeze everything in. And then stretch everything out and down. For a final resting pose, Shavasana, you can kind of shake out your hips, shake your shoulders a little.
And we're gonna do for our relaxation day something. It's a really effective way to relax the body. So we're gonna tense and then soften. So squeeze your right toes, tense your right foot, and then squeeze your right calf, your knee, and your thigh. So squeeze and tense, tense, tense that right leg, and then relax your right leg, let it go. So just lying on our back here.
Good, and then maybe kind of shake that leg out. And then your left leg, point your left toes, squeeze your knee, squeeze your thigh, squeeze your hip, tense that left leg, squeeze, tense tight. And then release and let it go, shake it out. Good, now come to your center, like the mid of your body, your torso. Squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your abdomen, squeeze, squeeze, tense, tight, hold. And then exhale and relax and soften it out. Shake out your hips a little, relax your belly. Good, right hand, squeeze your right hand into a tight fist. Curl your right shoulder towards your ears. Squeeze that right arm, tense, tight, hold. And then exhale and release that right arm. Spread your fingers, maybe shake out that arm, relax it. Good, now feel the left hand, squeeze your fingers, tense the wrist, left shoulder towards your left ear, squeeze, tense, tight, tight, tight. And then release that left arm, spread your fingers, maybe shake out the arm a little. And now just squeezing both shoulders towards your ears, squeeze your face into a tight through face, squeeze all the muscles of your face, squeeze, tense, tight. And then release it down, shake out your shoulders, shake out your hands, your arms, your legs. Take a full breath in. Big exhale. And let your body rest here.
Soften and relax.
So the most important part of our yoga practice, Shavasana, relaxation pose. So nowhere to go, nothing to do, just letting your body receive all the benefits of the practice. Just where your attention goes, the quality of the breath can contribute to the quality of the mind, your thoughts. So just allowing your breath to be deep, flowing, letting your nervous system settle, relax. Belly is relaxed. Let go.
Slowly start to bring your attention back inside the body. Notice how you feel here after this time of rest, quiet, really letting the practice settle and land in the body. Breathe in, let go. Just kind of notice that before and after picture, maybe how you feel now, the effects of the practice in your body. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe rotate your ankles, your wrists, turn your head to the side. And then stretch your arms up and your feet down. So lengthen your body top to bottom. Bend your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock side to side. Maybe a little forward and back. And then roll to your right side and just gently pause there. Make a pillow with your arms, rest. And then as you're ready, press your way up to seated. And down to seated, sit nice and tall, lengthen your spine. You can keep your eyes closed or a soft gaze on the floor. Notice how you feel, breathing in, letting go. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, let your palms touch. Kind of closing your practice here in a spirit of gratitude. Gratitude for your body, your health, your education, whatever you feel really grateful for right now. And just closing the practice. Namaste. Let your hands come to your heart and bow forward. Okay. How do you guys feel? And awesome. And just to make sure the people who aren't here watch to the very end of this class, what's like another like trivia? Does anyone have any like Mars Hill trivia? Are there any like traditions? Anyone? Fun Mars Hill. Do you guys have any traditions? Like where I went to school on the library steps, and then like seniors could sit on the library steps. And like if you did when you were an underclassman, that meant you like wouldn't graduate. You guys have anything like that?
Any silver or anything?
Any like traditions?
The only thing that I heard my freshman year was my advisor said that people wear blue and yellow on Fridays. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, we climbed the mountain. Bailey Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
What?
We climbed
There's
Bailey
the baby
Mountain.
one.
What mountain?
Bailey Mountain.
Bailey Mountain. Everyone climbs it.
Yeah.
As
We
so
did it
I-
last year.
You have to like before you graduate, like you're supposed to.
Well, it's usually required for FYS now.
Oh, cool. Is
Yeah.
that first year seminar?
Yeah.
Okay, climbing Bailey Mountain. So Bailey Mountain is your password or confirmation. So it's 9:15. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back for a little bit of lecture. Does anyone on Zoom have any like questions or anything that you want to talk? How do you feel? Everyone good? Everyone good? Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.